Hey everybody, Frank here, Godzilla Island for the Mazer Squad, back with a review for Dawnrunner 3 and 4. I'm a little behind on these reviews, so I'm bundling together to do a double review here, guys. So last we left off with issue 2, Anita had just been in this big fight with more of the Tetza, and they moved her up. She's been talking to Ichi and connecting to Dawnrunner way too often, and the scientists aren't too fond of her doing this. They don't think it's safe. They don't know what it's going to do to her. But Andro, who runs the whole Iron King program, which is the mechs for Dawnrunner, if you're new here, he's just spying on her and wants to see where this goes. So he moves her on to the roster to fight sooner than expected. And let's just get into it, guys. So, you know, she's got the whole thing where she's seeing Ichi, and they pull her out, and she's like, why the hell are you pulling me out? And he's like, I had to. You got the neural creep, and she's like becoming almost addicted to being connected to Dawnrunner. And you see all this like goo. I don't know if you've watched Evangelion, Neon Genesis. They have this stuff called LCL fluid. So very similar concept here, I guess. I'm assuming it has something to do with the Tetza anatomy. But anyway, they're fighting this big... It's Anita and this other Iron King Molotok. They're fighting this big guy. He is a big Tetza. And it's a lot more dangerous than the previous one. And this one is not so easy to take down. We get some really epic fights here. Molotok gets an arm ripped off here. And Anita jumps into action here and is just like sawing away, beating on this Tetza, rips him in half, and just absolutely destroys this thing. I mean, then she gets on this tear, and you know, Andro likes the results that he's seeing, so he's just putting her on the roster week after week, and she's loved just being in Dawnrunner. 7 weeks in a row of her just destroying Tetza, and there was an agreement that some of them needed to be left alone. There always needed to be a certain amount, and she's just ripping through them and just fighting. One of the things that comes up, you know, her daughter is sick in the hospital from some mysterious disease that the Tetza brought through the portal with them. Tetza are the kaiju, by the way. That's what they call them in here. They're from another dimension. They're alien. And one of the things that gets brought up is that she's just fighting, honestly, because she doesn't know how to help her daughter. It's a basically incurable disease that's not been seen on this planet. She's also doing it to run away from seeing her daughter in that shape. And she thinks if she defeats these Tetza, you know, it might help her. It might help better the world for her if her daughter does get better. But in reality, it does not sound like things are going very well for her daughter on that front, health-wise. And I think she's kind of running away from her daughter's sickness and the possibility of losing her. So anyway, Anita has just been blowing through these Tetza, and at the end of this issue, a portal opens up, and this massive one just drops into the atmosphere. And that's our big cliffhanger for issue 3. So let's get into issue 4 here. So this Tetza Prime has just wreaked havoc on all the Iron Kings. They do not stand a chance. 48 hours since the portal is opened, and humanity looks pretty damn screwed. Most of the Iron Kings are destroyed. 6 Iron Kings and jockeys were killed. We get I believe what might be the final flashback of Ichi, and this some really awesome art here too. That's what I forgot to point out too. And this thing is huge. I mean, you look at Anita's Iron King compared to this thing, it's massive. Anita is just in this Iron King again, and she is just battling and battling away. And you see she's losing herself here. And we get the final flashback, and it turns out that Ichi couldn't save his kids. And, you know, Ichi's consciousness is in the Dawnrunner. We see the attack and how his kids haven't survived the whole time. And you start seeing Anita in Dawnrunner in this fluid. She's getting all veiny and stuff. And she's kind of timed out now with this flashback. She's down for the count. And Prime has won the battle. And we get this whole... Look at that. This Prime Tetza is just screwed up. So they dispatch two Dawnrunner to try to pull Anita out. They open this thing up to try to find her, and we see she's still in there. At this point, her eyes are changing. We see her daughter's not doing great in the hospital. They just have their final moment together with Ichi, and we see this crazy transformation with Anita here. And now at this point, she looks almost zombified. Her face is starting to rot. This fluid is not treating her well. They open up, and all they find is just this goo. And Dawnrunner activates, and it's gone into this primal form. And you see you've got like a skull open. Yeah. This is almost like the Unit 1 going into its primal state, but it looks like we lost Anita here. Pretty crazy twist. I did kind of see it coming. I mean, the way the story was written, I did not think it was going to be a happy ending. I do not know what's going to happen in issue 5. Really looking forward to it. I feel like this is going to be a humanity loses story here. So we'll see what happens there. Pretty cool story so far. It's got just a lot going on at once. I feel like it would have been better spread out into multiple arcs. I mean, we're only just getting to like meet Anita. I mean, we had 3 issues to meet her and a 4th one to lose her, basically. I don't know what's going to happen in this 5th one. Who knows? I mean, as far as I can tell from this, she's gone. She's probably merged her consciousness, like Ichi is merged into Dawnrunner now. I do not know. What do you guys think is going to happen next? What do you think of this series so far? It started with some great promise. I mean, the whole Tetza versus Iron King thing, where it's almost like a competition they put on a show. It just has the makings for like a great like universe story, and you could see it like downward spiral. But we didn't get to kind of see like the whole competing with each other. Like, you know, there's some smack talk between the other Iron King pilots we see in the first issue. We see her team up in issue 3, but we don't get to see those interactions a ton in here. It's mostly just Anita, and we see Andro spying on her a lot, and then of course the great action. But I love the art in these. The concept is great. I just wish it had more issues to kind of shell it out, give it more backstory, more lore. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll get a follow-up series, a prequel series from a different pilot's point of view. You never know. But let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys.